See how it goes.
It's time for the College Hockey Show! And now here's your host, Jeremiah Maxwell, and the degenerate Bostonian, Mike Warino.
What up? I'm way off camera here. What up? What up? How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the show.
It's been a day, been a year, and I'm frozen.
You're frozen?
Oh, I'm not anymore.
Okay.
I went silent there for a second. That was weird.
Hey, so X, I don't have X up. I had to take the X stream down because I haven't paid for the premium account yet. I'm waiting for my old one to expire. So once all that sorts out, and then I'm going to start DMing people that I know and saying, hey, fucking apologies if you click this link. It wasn't for me. I got it from some other hockey content creator, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, and I'll slowly rebuild my following. But I'm even improving my algorithm more. I'm following just less hockey stuff, and really that's it, just hockey stuff. No, nothing else. So keep that algorithm pure of all the fucking political hate and garbage that goes on in this fucking country, so I don't have to read the shit or see it. So, and I can just focus on Gavin McKenna breaking some kid's jaw. So,
his date's Feb 11, so we'll see. We'll see next week.
Yeah, I heard Mike McMahon on the sheet today, Jeff Merrick show. Shout out Mike McMahon, friend of the show, Mike McMahon, College Hockey News. Subscribe to the newsletter. I subscribe to the Substack, which means I pay him to send me the Substack. So I don't get his newsletter. I get it through the Substack. You can also subscribe to his Substack. I think it's like $60 a year. It's totally worth it if you're a diehard college hockey fan. He does the most comprehensive college hockey stuff, and he's a Boston area guy like my co-host here, Mr. Mike Warino. Mike, we'll talk about Gavin McKenna, but we spent an emergency show yesterday, so I don't want to talk too much. What I garnered today from that show was Mike McMahon thinks he will be really only in trouble if the person he assaulted was a Penn State student, current student. I don't know the status of this said individual. Everybody's saying he's shot to the top of their draft boards because he defended his mom's honor, because the rumor is this alleged person called his mother a whore. Again, going to be tough to prove in court unless you got it on tape. And what they do have on tape, undeniably, is McKenna breaking this kid's jaw from the street stuff. So he could be in big time trouble. But I think if he's a student, he's probably gone and he goes back to play in the Western Hockey League for the remainder of the year. I think because it's going to be complicated for him with a felony conviction, even to retain his place in the United States, especially what's going on right now. That being said, Penn State's a very powerful alum. I really have a tough time believing they're going to do anything beyond him getting like a fine. $20,000 fine and some community service, probably, that he'll be able to sign autographs at Boys and Girls Clubs, and they'll call it good. So I really, and good. I mean, look, if what happened and he broke this guy because the guy insulted his mother's honor, hey, I give the kid a pass. I just give him a pass. That being said, though, I do not agree that it will not affect his draft stock. I think that him and Stenberg were kind of 1A, 1B on a lot of people's draft boards. And Stenberg won the gold at the World Juniors. And a lot of these scouts put World Juniors in high regard. Now, McKenna goes out and wins a national championship with Penn State, especially after all this. He shot up on my board, too. So what do you think, Mike?
My thoughts kind of are the same. Like, I was watching the USCHO press conference today, and basically they were saying the guy he punched was following him out the door, and the guy started going after his mom, so McKenna did what he did. If that's the case, like he said, there's a video, and that it's going to stay private until
there's a video. Well, I think it's idle leak because it sounds like it's well, you never know though, man. These small town colleges are run by the colleges, so maybe it doesn't.
Well, I guess the bar had has like the whole thing on video. So I'm like, you know what?
No, it was outside security cameras, street cams. From what I understand.
Yeah, so perfect. So I mean, I'm just gonna say let the video speak for itself. But if the guy really did just follow him out of the bar and then started going after his family,
yeah,
it's better keep some community service and let it go.
Yeah.
If this was a drunken bar fight, different story.
Yeah. Enough on the McKenna. We did have an emergency episode you could watch. Just because, I mean, dude, look, I mean, the guy's supposed to be the number one pick in the draft. This is not small news. It was all over hockey Twitter today and yesterday and today. And Jeff Merrick had Mike McMahon on, and every fucking podcast, Morning Cup of Hockey, Daily Face Off, all of them talked about it. So, you know, I think it's enough on him. I hope for the best, especially if the reports are true for this kid. I think he deserves at least a second chance, for crying out loud. He's an 18-year-old kid. He's allowed to make a mistake. And this isn't like rape or assault. You know, this is like a bar thing where, especially if it's going to be really hard to say he's not provoked. However, Frank Saravelli said today too, Pennsylvania law, they don't care if you're insulted. It's not a right to beat somebody with physical harm. They're a commonwealth. Massachusetts is a commonwealth. I lived in Virginia. That was a commonwealth at one point. Those places, I mean, you can get fined for swearing in public in Virginia.
Yep.
So
all 4 commonwealths. Hey, fun fact. Did you know Kentucky was the 4th commonwealth and there's only 4 in the United States?
Yeah. I knew Massachusetts was one, and I knew Virginia was one, and I know Pennsylvania is one now. And you said Kentucky is the other one.
Kentucky's number 4. There's your. Hey, look, we're educating people on everything. Doesn't have to be just hockey here.
Yeah. Okay, BC at BU for the Beanpot. I like BC all day. Your boy Dean Letourneau is having a turnaround season of all turnarounds. I'm glad he came back and didn't transfer. I think he looks like he put on 20 some odd pounds. They had an interview with him on, I think, Game
Tuesday.
Notes or what?
Yeah, it was Tuesday with Game Notes. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, and of course, Mikey Grinelli is going to get all the Boston guys he can to get on there so they can get a chance to talk to him. I'm sure he does that for selfish reasons. If I was the producer of Spit and Chicklets, there'd be a lot of Capitals coming on. I'd be trying to get Ovi. I'm sure they've tried to get him.
Yeah.
They got to get Ovi. Will do it when he retires. What do you got, BCBU?
As much as I like to call the Beanpot the BU Invitational because of their just utter dominance, they don't win every year. And they barely got through Northeastern.
Yeah, they shouldn't have won that game, in my opinion. I watched that game.
They won the first period, but
yeah, I mean, I really thought Northeastern outplayed them for large swaths, and that just the skill of BU is what won them that game. And then it was Cole Hudson in the shootout that won them the game. I mean, that was the difference of the game. And I thought Northeastern deserved a better fate, quite frankly. And I didn't think BU played well at all.
No, and like when I saw BCBU play in person at BU sucked. That was just simply the Friday before.
So how are you feeling? How are you feeling here for this?
I think BU will be more up for the game. There's a reason they're listed as a favorite right now.
They have the most too, don't they?
By a landslide. Like, it's comical how much. I still think this is BC's year. Like last year, I thought they should have won it.
Yeah, they had the team to win it too. They should have won it last year.
Numbnuts behind me got suspended because he wanted to be a hero the Friday before the Beanpot. So he didn't play. And it's hard going in without your number one center.
Yeah, I mean, they had enough talent with Leonard and Perreault and blah, blah, blah. They fucking should have won. Like, let's not kid ourselves. Like, Ryan Leonard, Gabe Perreault are both playing in the NHL this year. Man, Leonard had a couple good. He's given the puck up too much for my liking. I think he needs to skate with the AHL while the Olympic break is going on, but he had a couple nice moves where if he gets those in, they look really their top 10 goals on the year.
I think the 2-week break is actually going to be good for him. I think just because I think this is the case of he's young Or it's 3-week break for him. Yeah.
3-week break.
I honestly hope he takes 10 days to do absolutely nothing, go to the beach, go to Cancun, do whatever it is.
No, I want him to play in the AHL. I see in a lot of BC habits. He's turning the puck over, unfortunately. If someone's putting pressure on you and you turn the puck over, I give a rookie a pass. Like, you'll get your composure as your game goes. But if you're just like trying to backhand sauce, make some fucking ridiculous play that you don't have the hockey ability to make, and you're doing it anyway, and it's a turnover and it's leading to a scoring chance, I'm seeing too much of that from him. And with his physical game, he needs to play two-way hockey. Like, it's only going to benefit him if he plays two-way hockey. His skill, it will benefit him. He's a power forward. He needs to play as a power forward. He doesn't need to be like, "Ooh, I'm uber skilled. I'm Artemi Panarin on the wing." No, like, you're a power forward, dude. Like, that's how you need to play. You know, even though he's a little undersized as far as height and shit, that he's got to be an inside guy. You know, he needs to be getting inside the net. Anyway, you got BC. I like BC in that game too. BU's been dog shit. Okay, I don't think we need to spend any time on the Governor's Cup in Alaska. UAF is going to win. It's unfortunate because UAA has got some good kids, man. And I'm excited for them. Like, let's hope they figure out this independent thing. They need to get in a conference is what needs to happen. You know, They got to play some real competition.
I want to see. Well, I saw there was a potential of 8 new teams joining next year, and it was interesting who was coming in: the Georgia Bulldogs, Oklahoma State Cowboys.
Illinois, I heard 2030 by 2030 with Oklahoma State. So. Yeah,
but like Illinois was coming in already a Big Ten team. Iowa already a Big Ten team.
Yeah, but they're already in the Big Ten, so they'll be right in the Big Ten. That will just be adding.
And you can put Lindenwood in. So now there's 10 teams in that conference that fills up that conference altogether. There's talks.
Yeah.
Alabama Huntsville will come back. Georgia Tech's talking about getting a team.
Yeah, Alabama Huntsville, I think, is where Nick Dowd played.
Yeah, like Alabama Huntsville's been in the national tournament a few times.
Yeah.
So
dude, they like their hockey down there. There's plenty of northern people that live in the South. It's the only place you can afford to buy homes now. Friday and Saturday night's key matchups in the Atlantic. You have Bentley at Holy Cross. What do you like there?
I like Bentley, despite Holy Cross being really good at home. I'm highlighting this one because the Atlantic's probably only sending one team, and right now that team is Bentley. Holy Cross in third. They trail by 5 points, so it's obviously a massive 2 points for them. They've been phenomenal at home. I'm still taking the Falcons, but it's just something I want to highlight. Bruins prospects in that. We have 3 of them, so you got to look at that as well. Bentley's going on their third string goalie from last year, so kudos to him for stepping up and filling in.
Yeah. RIT at Army.
So RIT is third, and Army, unfortunately, is fifth. But again, RIT needs to keep pace with both Holy Cross and Bentley. I actually think RIT's got a chance to win that conference outright. So I would not sleep on them. With that being said, I am taking Army at home if I can get some action on it. But just something to keep an eye on with those 4. Those are going to be the teams battling for the most likely the 16th seed in the big tournament.
CCHA, St. Thomas at Bowling Green. How are you feeling about that one?
Love St. Thomas in this. St. Thomas is ranked. So, like, if the season ended today and they didn't win their conference tournament, they'd actually still be in the tournament. First time ever for them if that happens. Bowling Green 7-3 at home on the year. They did jab me last week against Notre Dame. I was looking real good at plus 200 bet, but they edged me out in a shootout. I still like St. Thomas. St. Thomas needs to show me they can win on the road. They need this to keep pace to stay in the top 16. And I think all that locker room can feel it, right? It's the first year of eligibility for the tournament. They're in contention. They started the year at number 19. They've only gone up. I really like St. Thomas. I think they have a lot of momentum.
Well, they are building a big-ass, like $250 million facility, too.
Oh, I'm going to that when that's built. That's happening.
Augustana at Michigan Tech. the other
So-
CCHA game you wanted to
Number 2 and number 3 in the CCHA right here. Augustana, again, if the season was to end, they would be in the big tournament as well. And I think the CCHA could send 2 this year. Minnesota State, Michigan Tech knocking on the door. Everyone seems to know them. They've been in it most recently. But I love Augustana here. Again, first year of eligibility for the big tournament. They're in qualifying contentions. They started the year off at number 23, and they're creeping in. And so I like the young guys, the new kids on the block to hold out, to win, and to get in the big dance. Also, I want to see some new faces.
Me too. I'm with you too. And again, this all solves itself. They just go to a 32 team tournament. If 8 more teams come in, they have to, man.
8 more teams come in, they can expand it under NCAA rules. 4 more teams, which I'm fine.
Why wouldn't they just do 32, man? 32 is less than half.
That would make sense.
And if you go to 8, you'll have 71 Division I schools. That's more than enough. You're doing 32. It's less than half. You got 1 round. Every higher seed gets a home game. No one's going to hate that. That's extra revenue for every school in the top 16. It makes no sense.
Look, man, name one thing that in this world that would make sense that the majority of people have asked for that we got.
Yeah. So Michigan is number 1 still. We talked a little bit in the McKenna thing about the Michigan State sweeping Penn State. Didn't really affect Penn State much in the rankings. Didn't really help Michigan State that much either. I thought they dominated the Friday night game. It was a much closer game and a really exciting game. They won in overtime. Heartbreaking for those fans. 70,000 people showed up to that outdoor game for Penn State. So pretty cool. I mean, it's sort of been kind of, that's the unfortunate thing about this whole McKenna thing is it's been kind of buried in the McKenna thing thing has been buried in this.
A cool outdoor game like that got buried in the weeds.
Nodak 3, Western Michigan, Penn State, Providence, Cornell, Duluth, Quinnipiac, Dartmouth, Denver, Boston College, St. Thomas, Wisconsin, Connecticut, and Augustana round out your top 16 right now. Of course, we know we have the automatic bids. I'm sure some of those automatic bids are in that mix. UMass in the mix.
Watch out for the Minutemen. All right, her ball has come back. They've won 7 of 8. They've climbed 15 spots.
Yeah, Laz did their game this weekend. I meant to tune in, but I was busy having fun. So I did not. Let's talk about the Big Ten. You have the State of Michigan rivalry, the Wolverines at
1 versus 2.
Lansing with the Minnesota State Michigan State Spartans. Who do you like in that game?
I think so. It's a home and home Friday, Saturday. For those that don't know, the schools are 7 miles apart. If you're in shape, unlike myself, you can run to them.
Yeah.
I will not be doing that. I cap out at 4 miles. But
you go into the game?
I wish I could. But no, I'm stuck here in Massachusetts. But I like the away team in both of those games. Sounds crazy, but I think both go into the opposite barn and win.
Yeah. It's a home and home?
Home and home, yeah. So
okay.
I'm going with the away team each time. The things that have me nervous as a Michigan fan is Peck and Net. He's been great so far.
Yeah, they lost their goalie.
But, let's say he lets an ace-off goal. Augustine will not. Yeah, and I'm not doubting Michigan's firepower. They have tons of it. There's a reason they're number 1. But you got to get through a very good Michigan State defense, and their forwards back.
Yeah, I'll say this, though. Michigan State takes a lot of penalties, dude. I think they lead the nation. So we got to, that's the thing. We got to – I'm always skeptical of Michigan State. Last year I had it as a Frozen Four team. Of course, they did. There went my bracket. So they got to prove it to me in the tournament. That's all I need to see. They have a good enough team to be a national champion. So sure. I agree with you. I think both home teams win. I'm opposite of you. I think both home teams will get it done in front of their home fans. Those rivalries are so rich. They will play their asses off in East Lansing and then, back in Ann Arbor. I'd like your note here on Minnesota. Can they win 4 in a row? We didn't really get a chance to talk about this because we didn't do a show because I was supposed to be in Boston, then the travel, blah, blah, blah. But Minnesota's been tearing it up. All of a sudden they're getting good again. I think they beat Ohio State easily here. I think they're getting their mojo on.
I do too.
They should have been this good all year with the amount of talent they have on their team.
I don't know what happened, but they got the memo suddenly.
I don't think their coach is that good. My personal opinion.
All right, it's something I'll pay attention to next year, just because I didn't.
Well, I mean, if they don't make the playoffs 2 years running, he's not staying that job.
Yeah,
there's too many good coaches out there.
I was very critical of North Dakota's old coach. I said he sucked. I hated him. I couldn't stand him.
And he's gone.
And they got a new coach.
Look at how good North Dakota's been this year.
Yep.
Would you be shocked if they're a national champion? No, I would not.
No. And I was critical. I always said that team was too good. The coach was bad.
You were bang on this all year, man. I can attest. I was there. Okay. You like Ohio State and Minnesota? Who do you like in that one?
Minnesota. That is one of my 2 locks of this week.
Yeah, and I see you have the note Wisconsin has lost 6 in a row, including 2 to Minnesota. But Minnesota is actually a good team. Wisconsin, I think, we're playing a little bit better than we thought they would be. They're been physical. But Notre Dame sucks. So Wisconsin gets back at their winning ways, I think.
I would like to hope.
Yeah, do you have this as also a lock?
I have this as a split. I actually think the Irish steal a game, so I'm not touching this series because
you're not trusting the 6 losses in a row. Wisconsin has lost all your respect, even though they're still borderline play. I got you, though. Okay. Yep. And again, I think they're just coming down to earth. We expect this was going to happen with some teams. We said this a million times. Okay, ECAC. Brown at Quinnipiac.
Quinnipiac, you have to destroy them. Have to destroy them. Like, this must be a 3-goal win in order to keep your NPI up.
Okay. Yeah, but they're 9. I mean, Quinnipiac's making it this year. They're back. They're going to beat Brown, and they're going to beat Yale on Saturday, too.
They should smoke Yale.
Yeah. I mean, Dartmouth and Cornell are the creme de la creme of the Ivy Leagues this year. So, and Harvard's not even that bad. So,
no. That's what I mean. Good ECAC match.
Speaking of which, Dartmouth at Harvard. I think Dartmouth and Harvard. I think Harvard could take this win.
I do too. They're at home. They're pretty good at home. The Big Green has struggled away. The key for this one is if Harvard gets that first goal, they pump one in early, like that first 10 minutes, and Dartmouth doesn't come back well. They have on the road. I've watched them do it at home, but on the road, Dartmouth doesn't. I don't know what it is. They don't have the legs. They don't come back strong. So if Harvard gets the first goal, I really, really like the Crimson. If Dartmouth gets the first goal, still don't hate the Crimson. You got to stay out of the box. That Crimson power play is actually pretty good. It's plain and simple.
Yeah, and I also think Cornell beats Colgate. The next game, how do you feel there?
Cornell's got a roll, and it's
they
one
need
of those
to keep
games.
I mean, they're the top team in the Ivy. I mean,
Colgate has had some massive at-home upsets, and that's what scares me for this one for the Big Red. But
I mean, we expected Cornell to be the creme. This was not a shock. Yeah. Cornell we were expecting them to be the best. It's Dartmouth that's been a little bit more of a surprise, and they went on that big undefeated run to start the year. Okay, Providence at UNH. UNH in a Hockey East. We're in a Hockey East tab now.
No upperclassmen for Providence, 3 upperclassmen for UNH. Young team versus young team. UNH has been playing much better. But there's a reason Providence is number 6.
Yeah, Providence is they're going to be a Frozen Four team, I think, this year.
I don't think they have it this year, but
okay.
No, definitely a tournament team, definitely a team I'm afraid of in the tournament.
Well, they're definitely a tournament team. I just think I would not be shocked if they made the Frozen Four.
I would be surprised in my mind. I am in the minority of that. I do want to add, I'm very much in the minority, especially around here. The reason I say it is
there are big lots of Friar fans in your neck of the woods. So I'm sure there's a lot of people that agree with me. I'm not saying they're going to, but if they make it, I'm saying on record right now, I wasn't shocked. I think they're good enough to be there. They can play good enough. They play good D. They play Maine at BU. Geez, Maine, if they're anything this year, they should mop the floor with BU.
They did when it was at Orono.
Yeah. But this is in
Boston.
Yeah. So
I actually think Maine spanks them because I think BU is going to have tunnel vision. We got BC in the Bean Pot Monday. And I think this trap game, hardcore trap game.
How about Vermont at BC then in that regard? How do you feel about that one?
I think the Catamounts give them a game. Same story, trap game.
Because BC will be looking for it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you expect those to be close games, maybe one goal.
I do. I think Maine wins. I think BC pulls it out.
Okay. Yeah. I think Maine should, if they're going to even have a remote shot at looking at the tournament this year, which I think is not likely. I mean, they're already 14-10. They got to mop the floor with BU. I'd like to see them win by 2 goals. BU is under them in the rankings.
Yeah.
They have a losing record, 12-13. So we had talked about how high they were. They've dropped now. They've since been caught up because I think some of the teams they beat early have proven not to be good anyway. I think we all know what this BU team is not very good. Now, with Tynan Lawrence there, I expect by the end of the year, they'll be clicking pretty good and they'll be beating some teams that probably wouldn't have beaten earlier in the year. But that being said, they're not good. They're just not good this year. So, NCHC, UConn at Northeastern being played at Bentley.
Yeah. So Northeastern's arena, as many know, Matthew's under construction. So this next week's games at Bentley, they've got some games up in Portsmouth. They're playing everywhere.
That sucks for them too, man, because I like Northeastern. They're a scrappy team. They actually should have beat BU. And they should have beat BU.
I do think where this game's a neutral site game. I actually like UConn because it's neutral. It's going down.
Yeah. No, UConn's a good team. No, Utah. Yeah, no, I got you. It's a neutral site. I'm just saying, I feel like I bet Northeastern. Hopefully, we'll see how resilient they are, right? Because they should be in the Bean Finals. Okay. NCHC Western Michigan at Miami of Ohio. I think the defending national champions probably take care of Miami of Ohio.
Right. The only reason that Miami scares me is they're 19. They're just outside.
They should be, with their alumni, they should be so much better.
Yeah.
Rob Blake, hey, what's going on, Darkness?
I think they're going to come around. They've had a lot of really bad years, and now they've finally got, we
need them back. And they've got a great alumnus. Like I said, Rob Blake went there. I can't even think about it. They have a bunch of good players that played at Miami of Ohio.
They went to 2 or 3 straight Frozen Fours. I know BU came back with a miracle win against them. That was actually, I think, the last time BU won it was against Miami of Ohio.
That would have, I always root for the teams that have never won it too. So I think they might have a national championship somewhere. Okay. North Dakota at UMD, Duluth, your favorite fans. UMD been good this year too.
I mean, massive rivalry first off. BUBC, then you have North Dakota UMD. That's it.
North Dakota and Minnesota.
Yep, that's another one.
They are in the same conference. UMD and them are in the same conference, so I got it.
UND. I mean, but you are correct though. UND and the Gophers are the I think one of the best rivalries in all of college hockey. Without a doubt.
Who do you like here in North Dakota at the UMD Bulldogs?
Dakota wins both.
Okay, they're good. This is what we're expecting with this new coach. I like it. Okay, St. Cloud at Arizona State.
I have Arizona State as my other lock this week. I love St. Cloud.
My Sun Devils.
But I think the Sun Devils got this one, and I think they're kind of peaking at the right time. Couple of good wins. They stole a point against UMD. Can they get 4 points here? Suddenly now you're in the teens, and you've got ranked opponents after that.
That'd be cool, man. It'd be nice to see them make a run. Denver at Colorado College. That's always a good rivalry, too.
Split. I am calling a split simply because those two schools hate each other's guts.
UAA beat Denver this year. I know Denver's probably a tournament team, but I don't know, man. There's something about this Denver team this year. I'm like, what?
Plus Denver, at some moments, you're like, oh my God, this team's going to win the national title this season. And there's been other moments I'm going, how are these kids Division I athletes? And it's
UAA is 61st in the NPI ranking. So
it's
all right.
But I think it's a split. But I do think Denver's a team that needs to watch out. They're in, but there's not a lot of wiggle room to lose.
So you're only betting Friday?
So far, I haven't seen any Saturday lines, but my Friday bets, I am taking, as I said, Minnesota and Arizona State. Put them together, they're plus money. I'm going to keep them separate. I'll probably throw a half unit.
You do both. Keep them separate and do a parlay.
Yeah, that's usually what I'm doing. So it's going to be a 2.5 unit play this week.
Okay.
Other games I just didn't find a line for. I liked RIT and Army. I liked Bentley. So there's a few other games I'm hoping more get posted. I did talk to, he comes on the show Handicap to Handicap. He sets the line over at Circa. Beard, you and I will be meeting him when we go out to Vegas. But he is someone that sets lines at Circa Sports, all of them. Nothing goes above him. If something's live, he actually gets a phone call at 3 a.m. That's his role. But I asked him about that, and he said they post them late because they call them sharp lines. And it's because people like us who sit there and nitpick. I had him track my action. At one point, I was one of 8% of people betting on Lindenwood. And Lindenwood was plus 240 and they cashed. And he's like, this is why they don't post these lines. So I am going to flex a little bit. It felt really cool to be told I'm an 8% better.
Not very many people make money in this. That's for sure.
Yeah. So that's why, guys, when you're seeing why are my TikToks coming out at 30 minutes before game time? That's because I just saw those lines 30 minutes before game time.
Yeah. So if you want to follow Mike, make sure you follow him on his TikTok and follow him on his Twitter. And put on notifications because you won't get those bets in time if you're really wanting to bet with Mike. Which, how many units are you up now this year?
We are over 20 times our money. We had
That's pretty good, dude. That means started with $1, you got $20. So not too shabby. Right. And we keep it in those respectable units. On that note, Mike, have a great weekend.
I actually do want to give a shout out. Today was the first time ever an African-American woman appeared in the hockey for the Winter Olympics.
Yeah, I retweeted that. You saw that.
Yeah, by other words, congratulations to you.
Yeah, the USA won, by the way. Whoa, whoa.
And the USA. Look for my Olympic picks, guys. I actually love the women's team Italy.
Who do you got in the Super Bowl?
I don't follow a ton of football. I mean, I obviously bet it.
Okay, but you're a Pats fan. You going with your Pats?
Seattle minus 4.5.
You like the Seahawks? Okay, all right.
Drake May. I don't know. I've a lot. If
I see the lines now, DraftKings. This ad has them at minus 5.5 in New England.
See, if I see 7.5, I'm taking the Pats.
Yeah, because you think they'll lose by 4.
Yeah, I think it's a one-score game.
But
Patriots Nation. I like Drake May.
I think the Pats had a pretty easy schedule, and the fucking Denver's quarterback breaks his ankle on the last play of the game. They don't have to play a starting quarterback. Then it's a blizzard in the second round, and Sean Payton forgot how to coach. I'm not saying they don't deserve to be there, but I understand why. If you're a diehard football bettor, you're probably going to slide a little bit of money towards the Seahawks. But anyway, okay, let's call it an eve. Have a great night. I will see you next Tuesday. Sound good?
Cheers, guys. Appreciate you turning in. Darkness, Drake non-MVP. A lot of us agree here in Boston. Obviously, the social media does not, but a lot of us do agree.
Well, MVP, who won MVP? I saw that the rookie of the year was that kid from New Orleans, Tyler Slough. He won the. Sure. I had no problem with that. They were in the mix for their division, which I think the division winner won 7 games or something. But still, you gotta win your division. So. I like Drake May. I had him at fantasy. I think the guy didn't have under 225 yards the whole year in a game. Pretty good. Yeah. It's a good player.
Good player. A lot of promise. Will be an MVP at some point. I think just
Yeah, he hasn't played
Honestly-
great in the playoffs, I thought he's been kind of a fumble machine, and they've kind of been bailed out by their defense. But we'll see, man. It is what it is.
It's gonna be a good time no matter what.
It is going to be a good time.
Also, stay tuned for more details coming up. But Beard, I potentially got a really cool event coming up on May 9th.
Okay, what is it?
There's a chance I make my professional debut.
Oh, I thought you were fighting in this month.
I got bounced. I missed weight by 1.1 pounds. That hurt. It hurt a lot. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. That's just drinking too much water. But it's okay. I had 8 bruised ribs, so I probably wouldn't have done too hot anyways. It does hurt to breathe right now. But May 9th is looking like my next date. And I'm going to be in the best shape of my life.
All right. Well, good luck with that, man. And we'll be keep in touch. All right, brother. Everybody, Darkness, thank you for coming in. Appreciate you all. We'll see you later.
Have a good one, guys. Cheers.